Yeah. That's my favorite beat right there, man. One of them.
Hey, Law.
It already get your mind. It's like chillo. It's chill.
Hey,
like mellow.
Law. You know what this beat is like? This beat will have you walking through your house, slow motion. You pulling up, getting your daughter from school, your son from school. Right. You gonna walk out the car a little bit cooler, like you're on the video or something.
Yeah.
Man. Ooh, man. I'm so happy, man.
You.
I feel so
Kick
good.
off this winning spree. 2 in a row right now.
Right.
Let's keep this thing going.
Yes.
You gotta realize 2 in a row.
2 in a row.
Hey, you already know. You already know. All I cared about was this defense. I ain't care about nothing else.
Ooh.
Since I've been going live, all I've been caring about is defense. So you know I'm happy.
See,
because this defense is finally looking like, ooh, we finally got a defense, dog. Oh my God. What we just talked about?
And listen, what's
Yes,
crazy?
then.
Big. The first thing I was gonna talk about was what you said 13 hours ago about that defense. I'm telling you, man, this is like a basketball team now. Boys know when the bounce pass is coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You know what I should have did, boss?
What's that?
I should have sent you all of those clips of everybody talking ill will of the quarterback.
Yeah.
Damn, I should have sent you all of those little clips, like small snippets. So we can just get this
so we can
one all the
obliterate
way out.
Man, we ain't worried about them. They can go ahead and do all that talking. Dak is gonna be all right. Might be going through his way, but at the end of the day, this is what I said, man. Every quarterback goes through this, but at the end of the day, I don't care. We got defense. That's what I'm saying. What do we talk about, boss? Didn't we talk about this, boss? Dak ain't gotta play perfect, remember? Because he had to play perfect because we ain't got no defense. He had to play 500 yards, 39 of 39 for 480 yards, 3 touchdowns and no interceptions every game because you ain't got no defense. Guess what? You ain't gotta do that now. Feel good about that, folks.
Feel good about that. And see, listen, man, the show, if y'all ain't noticed, has already started.
Man. You know what I'm saying, though?
Right.
Like, Dak is gonna be all right. That's just haters, man.
Yeah.
When somebody comes out, and as soon as they say Dak sucks, you're eliminated from my conversation. I don't talk to you no more. We don't have a conversation. If you sit there and say, man, Dak is struggling a little bit, yes, we can have that talk because it's reality.
Right.
That doesn't mean he's a terrible quarterback. Even the greatest have had struggles. We've seen it. So calm down. We have a defense. That's all you care about.
All that matters.
Man, my dog is in show mode. Y'all hear the homie? The homie is already setting the record straight. Let's start the show, man. Let's go. We got something for everybody today, too.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
You sit in the building. Y'all throw some flames up or not?
Yoga fire.
Yeah.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
Yeah, we throwing flames
y'all in
today.
trouble now.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Run it, baby.
That's what we ran it up on the Washington. We ran it up.
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them
Run it
fives,
up.
need them tens, I need that change to the cent. Got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still say and roll
Man,
my
it's a
chains.
fighting
Take some
word.
losses when I play.
It's not even a word until it's with us.
I'm with L, yeah, I'm with
It ain't
T,
final
I'm
till it
with
come through
Evan
us.
now.
Let's go.
I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now.
Yeah, I said it.
Still the
Let's go.
same, I switch your sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I'm
Run
mix
it
Nike
up.
with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too
It's
legit.
too legit.
I've been really in the field. Rush out in the
field. That's what happens when you beat them Washingtons. You feel good when you beat Washingtons.
Hey, and they already throwing it up. Hey, we got it now. Hold on, we got it now. We not doing that. We not doing that. We got it now. We got it all the way. Let's go.
Fire.
Yeah, let's go.
Flame.
Yeah, we started off with the homie.
Y'all done now with y'all got fire. Y'all got flame. Y'all ready to start this? Y'all ready
Let's
to start
it. It's on you, Big. You already know you the kickoff man. Let's go with it.
Minister of Defense.
Let's go. I mean, let's go. First of all, let me break something down to you. I saw my dog Bobby Belt, man, and let me give you a stat. And you know I'm all about them stats. But Bobby Belt had a stat that just jumped out to me. And y'all know I'm about defense since I started my channel in 2017. Anything I've done sports athletically, it's always been about defense. Dallas defensive ranked since week 10. Passing TDs, only fourth in the league. Passer rating, 59.3, second in the league. Sacks, 15, second in the league. Completion percentage against, only 51%. First. Interceptions, first. 9. Third down percentage, first. 25%. And your boys have already come back. We already know about Michael Parsons, but we saw Neville Gallimore. That's what we all been talking about, right? Everybody's been saying, wait till Gallimore get back. Wait till Gallimore get back. And I said, okay, let's just wait because let's see if Gallimore going to do all that. He's already inspired. You can tell that defense had him fired up. You can tell he was chomping at the bit to get with this defense because he wants to be with something great because he feels like it's something great. He comes right back. And let me talk about Randy Gregory. He got 6 sacks and he done missed, 5 games? You feel me? As soon as he comes back, he makes his presence known. We're 9-4, 3-0 in the division. You got the next 2 games, NFC East games, Giants and Washington again. You can knock them boys off and be winning the division pretty much at that point. Smack up them Cardinals with that defense because come on, dog. I keep on telling y'all, man. I know people like, I don't want to play Green Bay. I want Green Bay because I want this defense. I want them after Aaron Rodgers. I want this defense after him because I've been waiting so long for these defense to get after these quarterbacks that been killing us, right? How many years we watch Aaron Rodgers and them quarterbacks kill us in the fourth quarter, take it down the field in the game after we just got a big drive and scored, and the next thing you know, 2 minutes later, they're coming back down the field, getting a field goal or winning the game with a touchdown. The next thing you know, it's over. We ain't feeling that right now, and we got the defensive players. Did you see all that goodness? Gallimore, Hill, Watkins, Bohanna, Parsons, Gregory, Armstrong, Basham, Lawrence, who the hell else? You know what I'm saying, dog? Just waves of people. I'm calling it the Cowboys Wu-Tang Clan, and I'm feeling good about it because we're just bringing waves, mad different styles to your head, and when you think one is tired, you can bring another one in. And what else do I love about it? Dan Quinn, great with the snap count. Parsons led it with 54, but it was pretty much balanced. Everybody was seeing minutes, so nobody's really going to cry about minutes too. You feel me? So it's a great thing, and everybody's getting healthy real good at this point. So that is my first word of the day. I'm feeling good because the Dallas Cowboys finally have a defense.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
Ooh, that boy started off with the flames. Oh, Lord, have mercy. And that's why I'm so excited to do the final word today, because my boy Big Game James. See, like when I was hearing all the negativity, right, which we go talk about that because we go be balanced. Man, you know, sometimes you go through Twitter and some people just settle you down with the truth. Some people just settle you down with the truth. My boy Big said, I'm feeling good, man. Now, this is when everybody else was complaining. And I saw my boy tweet. He said, man, I'm feeling good, man, because Dallas has a legitimate defense and playmakers. If y'all know me, which I know Big Game James, I know him. Defense. I'm not worried about the defense, about the offense. Slumps will happen, but defense carries anywhere, rain or shine. Can you talk about that, Big? About defense traveling with us before we go around the circle, big homie?
Oh, well, it's already traveled. You see, we went on the road against the Saints. We went on the road against the Washingtons. Dak didn't play the greatest games in these last 2 games. That's okay, because guess what? Cowboys had, 7 turnovers in those games, had like almost 10 sacks in between them. controlled the game. You feel me? The defense controlled the game, and that's what I feel good about. Because if your offense, and everybody was always talking about, you got to have offense. I know you do. Everybody talking about 40 burgers, but you're not going to get 40 burgers every daggone game.
No.
Every game, you're not blowing people out the water offensively. You're going to struggle. You're going to come up against a defensive team that's going to be able to come at you a little bit. But guess what? If you got the defense that can match it, and you are great with getting turnovers, they're what? Tops in the league? I think top 5 still in the league in turnovers for Cowboys. So as long as you have that, you're always in the game. You saw we were struggling a little bit. We took it down the field, got a field goal. You're like, dang, what happens next time? Boom, you get an interception by Randy Gregory, put it in for a touchdown. You see how that works? You feel me?
Right.
That changes the game. Now they were trying to run the ball. Now they got to start throwing it. Falls into the hands of the pass rush, because guess what? You got a whole bunch of guys that could come after you. You got Parsons, you got Basham, you got Lawrence back, and he looking like an animal. He's supercharged at everybody back. You seen Gallimore, even big boy, getting them. Dog, you got mad different people. And who are you going to block now? Who are you going to guard? Everybody used to be like, you guard, block DeMarcus Lawrence and you're good. Then Randy Gregory started coming in. You're like, okay, Randy Gregory. Now, Marcus Parsons is a whole different story. Every team now is like, where's 11? Every team. So now that's freeing everybody else. That's making everybody else better. It's making this defense better. Dog, and I just love it, bro. I can't even front, man. I'm excited about that defense, dog. I can't help it, bro. I want to talk about it night and day. I want to talk about it all day because it feels good when you can play against an offensive team like an Aaron Rodgers, and you can go against them like, come on, bring them. Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
Big game change.
Game changer.
Let's have some fun. Let's have a good time, man. Let's kick it.
Man, let's throw the flames up for my boy, man. Law, what you got?
Man, I don't know if I can come behind that one. No. Hey, this is the Big Game James show right here. He's spitting fire. Let me hear that yoga flame and yoga fire again.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
It makes you feel good, because Big Game James, I'm going to throw something at you. If you just pick up just this defense and put it in 2014 game against the Green Bay Packers, we win.
We winning that. We winning that, Law.
Ooh. Yeah. It's
and
no
more. Remember, Law, he was hurt too. Dog. You think that calf, when he had that calf injury, he's escaping Micah Parsons?
No way. No way. You pick up this defense, Big Game James, and you put it on the 2016 Dallas Cowboys against those Green Bay Packers. What we do?
We wouldn't, because dog, we was banging with them offensively.
Woo! And people fail to realize they so quick to say, well, the quarterback can't carry this team. Well, damn it, what happened all of these years since 2016? I know, I get it. You got the running back who's spectacular, Ezekiel, Elijah Elliott, and Dak Prescott, wonderful recipe. But our defense wasn't like this. So, of course, finally we seeing a defense can get the ball back to the number one offense in the NFL. I get it. We've been through a slump. I just witnessed a team that out of the last 4 games, they only won 1. And the name was LA Rams. They won last night. Now they want to put them on a pedestal. See, they went through a slump and nobody talked about it. It's like water on the bridge. We going through a slump and we somehow winning through all slump, right? Oh, I digress, man. You know, I don't even want to get into it, man. What y'all got, man?
No, I got something. I got something for you, Law. I'm giving it right back to you. Because if you go to Law Nation page, this is one thing that's fire right now. My boy Law Nation did a breakdown on who I thought was the person that is low-key the game changer. Because, listen, y'all, and I'm just being real. Now, we know Washington was a good running team, but they did not show it because of somebody that was wearing some J's who was big and bigger than he was last year. He looked like it was
last year.
Yes, he looked like it. Oh, look, you see Tank get off that ball? Oh, my God. I can't watch one without watching the other. But listen, on my boy page, Man, I want to talk about. Then we gonna turn it over to the OC because my boy Hagen in there.
That's
But
exciting. That's just exciting.
God,
just to look at that. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going, dog? Hey, and might I say one thing right quick? I want to just say one thing right quick.
Go.
People was talking about Micah Parsons in coverage, right? And that was like his weak point, right? If you looked at the beginning of the year when he was in coverage as a linebacker, he was getting like about 81. Teams were completing about almost 80% against him. If you go now, teams are only completing 61% against him in coverage too. So not only is he all animal all the way around, he's getting better in coverage. Now, when he gets that facet of his game all the way down pack, it's over. I'm gonna just tell you right now, it's over because you can't. What we were seeing in that game with Gibson, what was they killing us with? Not just with that run, like you were talking about with Law, with that great video that he dropped with the Gala Monster. But when they were flowing Gibson out, you had a linebacker in Micah Parsons that could cover us, and you ain't going nowhere now. That little dump off that you had with Gibson and all them little flare passes, you ain't getting it now. You feel me? You can't get it. And guess what? You ain't got time. Look at that. Where you go? You don't got time. You don't got time. Look at them highlights. You don't got time, dog. Where you going?
Zero.
You don't got time. You feel me? We lined up in
Law.
OC. We was lined up in zero coverage.
Yeah.
Like, we don't care. We're going to get you. We're going to get you. We're going to get you. And it feels good. We can get you.
It do feel good.
Hey, the OC, I need to know what you need to know. I need to know what you know on that last bull rush that my guy, Boss Cowboy, just showed. What could the center do on that one? Can you rewind just a little bit?
I got you. Hold on. We got to do the OC right. We got to do the OC right. Hold on.
The OC.
We got to do the OC right, man. Come on now. We got to give my boys respect.
The film breakdown.
We gonna give them the breakdown. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yoga fire.
Let's
Yoga
go.
Flame.
So, man, listen, on that last bull rush, Boss Cowboy, if you got that tape, let's run this back, man. And so, look, when this guy hikes the ball, immediately pause it. Go back and pause it.
Man,
go back and pause it.
I didn't know you was going to work me, OC.
Pause it. Stop it.
Got it.
Okay, so at this point, this is an L, okay? This is called a loss, okay? But this is what he did technically, man. The dude missed with his hands. He ain't strong enough to stop the forward momentum of Gallimore, who just got under his pads and just pushing him back like he's plowing a field with a mule. You know what I'm saying? He just pushes the guy back, gets under his pads, man. This guy's helpless. He hurts the center and the quarterback on that one play. That's a 2-for-1 special. So, I mean, look, man, he hurts the center. Center's out of the game. All of a sudden, quarterback's out of the game. And look, the whole complexity of the game we know is over now. So he hits this guy in his chest. The guy misses with his hands. Look, he just gets in his chest and rides him back, man. That was just a nasty, very, very demoralizing bull rush. And if he can do that to some other centers, it's going to be big problems, man. And I like the way this defense is looking, to everybody's point. And the beautiful thing, Boss Cowboy, Law, and Big Game, is that we have the depth to match up versus a variety of. We don't just match up in the run game. We can match up against the spread. We can match up against screens. We can match up against any look you can give us right now. And that's the advantage that this defense is going to have going into the playoffs.
No doubt. No doubt. Hey, Boss Cowboy.
Yo.
Show the very next play after that, and you see 96. He comes off. I want to know if you can run it, and then you let the OC break that one down. Because the quarterback said, damn, 96 was in the backfield. Watch. Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm coming, baby.
Wait. And you see D-Law? Did you see D-Law?
Yes.
Did you see D-Law, though?
Oh,
Did
my
you see D-Law?
God.
Like, nope. Look, he watching it. See?
Nope. This boy's balling.
Like, nope. See? That's what I'm saying. And guess what? And we seen that photo what they did the Pizza Hut special when they was all at Lawrence's crib, chilling, Parsons, and who else is playing? You mentioned it too. Malik Hooker played good in that game. He's playing better.
Ooh, Malik Hooker ball. Yes, he did.
He playing better. And what's that doing? You know why? You know why I think that is, y'all? Because guess what? this whole damn defense is good. And I got to get in this. I got to get in. Y'all, we played on teams, right? Come on, y'all. We played on teams when the team is so damn good. You be like, I ain't going to be the weak one. It ain't going to be me that's going to be out here lacking. I'm going to be giving. I need to get in this fun, too. And I seeing these guys like Hooker and LVE. Maybe LVE been listening to these channels down here below saying, hey, hey. You better step up. The whole defense playing good. LVE was all around that ball. He may not have like 20 tackles, but he was around that ball. You know what I'm saying? When I saw running backs out there in the flats, I saw LVE there. Okay, I don't want LVE to play bad. I don't want you to play bad, LVE. Everybody like, LVE trash. No, I want LVE play good right now. I don't care if you're not here next year, but this year, we need you to play like you played in 2018 to blend right into this 2021. Because if you bring that 2018 LV in these last few games to head into these playoffs, dog, we're going to be that much more dangerous.
Yep. I gotta dangerous. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna post some videos because my boy OC called something, man. I gotta give you your props, OC. We showed Big Game James on his Twitter page. We just saw Law, but I gotta give my boy OC a special shout out. He predicted a long time ago. He said, a matter of fact, it was October 3rd. I can pull the clip. He literally said that those youngsters was gonna put a big fire in those guys that was coming back. Y'all remember that? He said it was gonna put a key in their back, and sure enough, like everybody want to talk about Dak. But listen here, y'all.
Look at all that.
Ooh.
Look at all that. Look at all that. Look at all that, dog. That man scared. That man was shook once. Y'all ever listen to Mobb Deep? That was shook once.
That was shook look at that contain. Look at that contain on the edge by LVE.
Oh,
coming through
that.
LVE, baby.
And look at that man. Look at that man cursing in the background. We ain't had that too. We had that safety that could look at him. Look at him like a monster coming in there. No, sir. You're not getting that now. You're not getting that now. You remember when they was getting that last year?
I remember.
Not getting that now.
I remember. And see,
not getting that now.
OC, what you gotta say about? Cause you did predict that, big homie. What's your thoughts?
Man, it's like this, man. I said this before. A rising tide raises all ships. And so anytime you have a bunch of guys that are beginning to play like dogs, it's gonna pull the dog out of you. You know, and so if you are a C player and then you playing with some A players, and we got some A players on this defense, A players, that's gonna raise your game up to at least a B plus player. Why? Because a rising tide raises all ships. You're gonna chase the excellence that you see, and it's competition. Boss Cowboy, Law, and Big Game James. It's competition Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And that's what you see, the power of the culture of competition. And that's what's going on with this defense right now, and I love it.
Well, so I'm gonna ask a question. Do you think this defense is championship ready?
Me personally, go ahead, OC.
No, I was going to say, I think this defense is the type of defense that could get you to a Super Bowl because of the depth and because we got the pieces to match up versus any offense. So championship ready? I don't know. But championship potentially caliber once we get in the playoffs? Absolutely.
That's what I'm a bounce off OC with that. I don't think it's championship caliber right now because you just got everybody back. You know what I'm saying? You just got your big guys back. And it's great how you got them back. You didn't get them right when the playoffs started. You got them with a 4-game like session for them to really gel and really blend. Like OC says, let's see that in the playoffs. This will be a good 4-game look. You know what I mean? We already got to see the 1 game with how much they dominated, and that was before Gallimore came back with the Saints. We see these next games, especially with that Cardinals game. If that defense comes out in that Cardinals game, because they're going to look at these other teams, oh, it's Washington, oh, it's the Giants. If we come in there and play them Cardinals, it's at Arizona, ain't it?
No, is it a home game or away game?
Because they played us home last time.
Oh, no. Y'all let us know.
Find out if it's at Arizona. If we go in there and beat their heads in, especially defensively, because remember they whooped us offensively up hopping. If we come in there and dominate them defensively, that's when I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm feeling real good. That's going to be my kind of barometer defensively, because everybody's talking about Murray because he can run and Hopkins and all them guys. I want to see my defense go against them.
Man, Big Game James. Everybody's agreeing with you on this channel over here on Law Nation side. They're saying, 100. The next test will be the Cardinals game. And then on top of that, yes, it's a home game. So Cardinals are great. Believe it or not, Cardinals are great on the road and they're horrible at their house. So this will be a great test for us. My only reservation is still our secondary. And I'm not saying it in a sense of we should be in fear of, Anthony Brown getting burned or my guy Trayvon Diggs gambling and taking the wrong angle. It's just still, that's my reservation, Cowboy Nation. I'm excited about the front. I'm kind of like in between with the linebackers outside of Parsons. 42, he's a experts guy, right? In 55, it's like, okay, you gave us one game. Now let's see if you can repeat it. You got 2 warm-up games before you play against the Cards, because we know they like to use their running backs in the backfield. They like to use those flats. And the reason why I can't wait to see the Cards, because they got a guy that can take the top off the defense. What's his name? Was it Christian Kirk?
Christian Kirk.
Yeah,
Christian Kirk.
Because he got that bomb on us last time.
Yeah, Mr. A&M.
Yeah, and they're gonna have D-Hop. I'm surprised that he dropped the ball the other day. He normally don't drop it. So I can't wait for Diggs to get his playoff practice reps against D-Hop, because D-Hop gonna give him everything he got, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
They're gonna be a good. They're gonna be a good game, man. We should play them this week.
It's gonna be a great game.
Well, it's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
All right, man. I got to put the whole dramatic effect on, bro.
They said Rondale Moore too. You got to worry about Rondale Moore. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, that's the young rook, ain't it?
That boy bad.
This defense is Super Bowl ready. Okay. Okay, it's ready right now. Okay. Hold on. Hey, wait. You laughing, OC? What is going on over here? Oh, let me make sure. Hey, hold on, everybody. Wait. Oh, come on now. I thought I was going to get an amen. Listen, I'm going to give myself a flame, damn it.
Yoga fire.
Because of what I just said. You know what I mean? Because, listen. This defense is Super Bowl ready. Listen, why did y'all see
playoff ready or Super Bowl already?
Super Bowl ready. See, my boy Rome came. Listen, and also I'm gonna let everybody know Rome is gonna be in the show next week. I'm
nice.
I ain't told nobody from the Fighter Word, but I'm telling y'all now, Rome gonna be here next week. We already talked about it. All right, but this is the deal.
That's Mr. Cowboy.
Yeah, that's my dog. Now listen.
Yeah. Rookie of the year.
Rome said it. We got the best defensive front in the league. Big Game James, you said it yourself. Don't let me show your tweet.
Go ahead.
Why did the Giants win that Super Bowl?
Oh, yeah.
I'm stealing your thought, big homie. I'm stealing your thought,
bro.
Right.
I mean, yeah. I just needed 4 more. I need 4 more games of it, but that you felt it.
I did feel it.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
Don't you feel that?
Yes, I felt the heat when I hit the button.
Yoga fire.
Oh, I just felt the heat. Come on, man, throw the flames up, man. This defense is Super Bowl ready.
You don't want to let it marinate first?
No, I don't need no marination. This is magic Kool-Aid I'm drinking already, Law. I done already measured it, so I'm proclaiming it now, brother. Let me ask you a question. Why did you see the best LVE game? Because we got low-key the one tech. I don't need the seat no more. Some people like Doubting Thomas, they need to put their fingers through the holes of Christ before they believe he's risen. I believe it right now. I don't need to see. I've already seen it. I've seen the film. I've seen it, Law. I've seen it, brother.
He's on the mount.
I've seen it, Law. I've seen it. I've seen your film breakdown, and your film breakdown has declared it. As so that this defense with Osa, don't get me started up in here.
Turn to your neighbor, slap your neighbor, and tell him hallelujah.
Fire!
Damn.
Yoga! Fire!
Defensive line is sicky.
Yes. Listen, I'm saying it now, and I'm not trying to be first, bro. Curse balling, Osa balling. Neville looks 15 pounds heavier. That's the one tech we've been begging for. Come on now, throw the flames up. Throw the flames up. Let's go.
Fire.
Ooh, let's go.
Hey, Law, remember when we was at camp this year?
Yeah.
And the first thing I was seeing and noticing when I saw Gallimore was like, he's bigger.
Yeah.
That's the main thing I noticed about him more than anything. I was like, that dude is bigger, dog. Like, did they tell him to get bigger? Because he got considerably bigger. And I was like, is that bigger? Or he big? Like,
he bigger than that right there. He bigger than that picture.
Dog,
he bigger than this. He bigger than this.
Dog,
and he rocking J's.
He big, dog. And you can see, man, it was just because here's the thing. When he was at Oklahoma, they had him playing that run. You feel me? So he was stuffing that middle before. So it wasn't like he never played it. People were saying they were playing him out of position at Oklahoma because they were having him dominate that run. You feel me? So it's not like he's not already used to it. You can rotate him, but dog, that size is he can space up a little bit because we still with Bohanna it's different. Like when you see Gallimore's three something and you see Bohanna's 3 something, it's different, dog. You feel me? Gallimore looks space eaterish. Like it's gonna be really hard to move, and he got a nasty attitude.
Yes, he does.
Him and Tristan.
Yes, they do.
They nasty in there. That's what you gotta have in there. Everybody in there nasty. Right?
Yes.
And remember when we talked about that Giants boss?
Yes.
Dog. Strahan.
Yes.
Tuck.
Yes.
Nuka.
Yes.
Osa.
Yes.
They had the big boy. What was his name? Robbins. He had like 5.5 sacks, dog. And they were coming at you with that NASCAR package. That's what they was calling it, because they was just sending all 4 of them rushers at you. Who was you gonna stop?
So I'm not trying to be devil's advocate.
Okay.
But what you guys are saying, since the front 4 been reestablished, we saw a little bit against Taysom Hill, and then we saw a little bit against Tyler Heineke and the other kid named Allen. So you guys get what I'm coming from, right?
I feel you.
None of those quarterbacks are burnt through the crucifixion of being a true quarterback, right? These quarterbacks are just guys.
You're right.
So I just I'm like Doubting Thomas. I just need to see them. I need to touch the wound in the hand to see whether or not it's real.
It's real,
and,
bro.
And I can't. That's why I said, look, let's just wait to the Cards game. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I second the motion, Law Nation. I second the motion because
give me old wait. What they say? Oh, wait and see.
You doubters, you sinners. You freaking sinners, you doubters.
Listen. The Cowboys' trajectory is playoff caliber. The Cowboys' defensive trajectory is defensive excellence. But you must be tried through the crucible. You cannot anoint someone unless they have been through the Garden of Gethsemane, Boss Cowboy. Unless they've been whipped all night, Boss Cowboy. Unless they got nailed to the cross and they didn't give up the Holy Ghost until it was finished. You understand me, Boss Cowboy? So what I'm telling you is this, is that they must be tried, and the Cowboys need a signature win. And the Arizona Cardinals are that signature regular season win. We played well against Tampa Bay, came up short. struggled against the Kansas City Chiefs. Everybody was looking to that as a go-to win. Now we're going to have Arizona Cardinals at the end of the year. We need that signature momentum win going into the playoffs, because we know history tells us that the hot teams going into the playoffs are the teams that go to the Super Bowl. And that's what I want to see the Cowboys do. And then, and only then, can I say this is a Super Bowl caliber defense.
Well, let me.
Damn it. I might hand this off to Big Game James, because I'm finna go at my boy. Why you do this, OC? God dog. Oh, that boy say tag you.
Let me get OC.
Oh,
let me get OC first, and then you jump law, boss.
Okay, let's go. See, this is
all
the deal.
I'm saying is this.
Okay, you first. Tag.
Let me tag. I'm gonna let you delve in deep. I'm gonna just
Gotcha.
jump on one thing.
Yeah.
Now I feel what you're saying about that, OC. I feel what you're saying about tried and true, but I do see that Cowboys team play against that Kansas City team, and they didn't dominate. They didn't run through us. Patty Mahomes didn't have that signature game against, because that was supposed to be the matchup, quarterbacks. But that wasn't the matchup. They wasn't running up and down the field on the Cowboys. What kept us in that game? It wasn't our offense. It was that defense. It was Micah Parsons. It was game changer. And guess what? When we played the Kansas City Chiefs, we just had Micah. We didn't have Morris. We didn't have Gallimore. We didn't have Gregory. And damn it, we kept Patty Mahomes. We kept him on the low. They didn't do nothing. They kept us in the game. So let me see all my guys in there, and I'm gonna feel real good.
I'm
gonna feel real
good. Well, let me say something. You must be tried in the crucible, and you haven't made it yet through the Garden of Gethsemane, because now you're just going through town doing all your miracles, but you ain't been tested. And the test is in January. The test is in the playoffs. The test is in the snow cold versus Green Bay. On the road versus the Rams. The test is when you got to go to San Fran. You must walk through the Garden of Gethsemane before you can become anointed. And that's what I'm saying. The Cowboys ain't won a tough game yet in years in January. And that's what I got to see. And then, and only then, will the OC say, this is a Super Bowl ready and caliber defense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Friend. Because I tell you the truth.
Man, I'm just waiting to get tagged in, bro. That's all I'm waiting on.
I tagged you.
I'm waiting to get tagged in, man.
All right, tag. Go get him.
Because I'm waiting on Law. I'm going to let Law come off. Go, Law. What you got, man? I want to hear you first.
Since y'all want to keep it all preachy, we love it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. But there's still, like what my guy, the OC, said, we got to make sure that we can stand the test of time. John, when he was locked up in prison, he said, hey, I'm going to send one of you guys to go ask the Messiah, is he really the one? Is he really the one? Can he really do this, what he said he can do? Because I'm locked up in prison right now. And he the one that baptized them. So what I'm trying to say is, Cowboy Nation, all me and the OC is saying, Cowboy Nation, defense, are you really the one? Are you really capable of doing what you said? Now, I do know the message that the Christ said himself back to the messenger and said, hey, have you seen what I've done? I made the blind say, made the lame walk. But hey, we waiting for that message to get back. And it won't be until after the Cards game. We can't put the cart in front of the horse, Cowboy Nation. We got to dominate this weekend, and we got to dominate again next weekend. Don't give me with the womp, 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 womp.
Hold on. I ain't got no womp, womp for you. I ain't got no womp, womp, womp for you. But I do got something for you. I'm coming for you. No. I got something for you, homeboy. All right, here we go. So I heard all the arguments from everybody. So one preacher says something about Gethsemane, like we got to be tested. The other preacher is talking about Doubting Thomas. So both of you know, preachers, that faith without works is dead. So this is the issue. The OC, you said it yourself, my brother. You said it yourself. One of the highlights of what you said was these guys, because of what was happening with Osa and what's happening with Micah Parsons, you said yourself that they was gonna come back extra motivated. That was already the test you wanted to see, my brother. That was the test of character. Was these guys gonna take their job so serious that they was gonna come back beyond ready? You saw it already with Tank.
Yep.
Already with Tank. You've already seen it. So we ain't gotta see no more. All we gotta do is believe what we see. That's all we gotta do now. It's just believe what we see, because we not blind. And Big Game James said it first and the best. He said it the best. The thing that travels with you more than anything is the defense.
Yoga, fire. Yoga, flame.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that.
but
I like how you ended it.
I feel you though, man. But right now we see the pretty car. We see the pretty car that we purchased, but they are not letting us see what's under the hood. And we got to test it out. Like, look, let me test drive this thing. Let me at least get on the stretch. Let me get on what stretch we got out here, Boss Cowboy. Let me get to North Texas Tollway. Let me press it down all the way. Let me keep the car for 2 more days. And so therefore, what I'm saying, Cowboy Nation, let me test drive this car for 2 more games until we play the cards. And then after we play the cards, I know for sure that card that says 160 on the dash, I know for sure it can go 120 easy.
Okay.
You know,
all right,
I
cool.
know for sure when you test drive the car, you take it to the house, the first thing you do is you look under the hood, you know, make sure everything, you take it to your personal mechanic, make sure he go through everything. So that is what we're waiting for with this particular team.
I got one more point I gotta make, bro, about this defense. One more. I'm dead ass serious too. Y'all realize we dropped about 4 interceptions. Yeah, that wasn't even the best performance by this D. They left some meat on that bone with how they just demolished. They won that game. Defense won that game.
No doubt.
Defense won the last 2 games.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And I'm talking about making plays. I ain't talking about just, bend, don't break. I'm talking about taking the ball. I'm talking about your quarterback. He working on his shoulder. He getting checked out of the game. We talking about a center getting dunked into the quarterback. We talking about massive destruction here, y'all. We're talking about massive destruction that we witnessed against a rival. And that's a running team, and they couldn't do nothing on us.
Gibson averaged 121 yards against us in 2 games last year. He had 36 yards on 10 carries.
You heard that?
Also, the number 1 team in the league, and getting teams off 3rd down are the Dallas Cowboys at 30%. Teams are only completing 30% of their plays on 3rd downs. That is winning football. They're +6 in the turnover margin. That's winning football. That's not in 1 game. That's in all these games. That's a cumulative stat of all year. And that opposing stats of getting teams off on 3rd downs, that's been around that 35 to 30%, 31% all year. So it's not like that was 2 games and then it dropped. That's been like that all year. And so has that turnover margin. Dallas Cowboys have 20 interceptions. First time they had that since 1999. You feel me? So things that Dallas are doing, they haven't done in forever. You just said it, Law. What if we had this team in 2014? What if we had that defense?
Super Bowl.
That tells you. You would say the Super Bowl, right?
Yep.
Because that's the only thing that really we know
flame.
About that play with Dez. But what was that kept us? What kept them in it? JJ Wilcox taking a bat, and we didn't have the defense. We didn't have the horses to get after Aaron Rodgers. 2016, who killed us? When 2018, when they ran all over us, we didn't have the players. We still didn't have all these type of guys, and we didn't have a Micah Parsons. That's the difference, folks. We got a Micah Parsons. That's the difference. And he says the line is always hungry. He's calling Dan Quinn after we just smacked the Washington. Said, "What the hell is next, coach?" Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
Big game, James.
Game changer.
Oh man.
Let's have some fun.
So,
let's have a good time,
my
man.
boy OT and Law took an L. That's okay. Everybody got to take an L. Everybody got to take an L. We got to change the subject, man. We got to change the subject. I know y'all want to stay on the subject.
No,
we got to change the subject, bro.
Let me make closing argument right quick for me.
Okay, cool.
Y'all lost.
Y'all lost. L.
Yeah, I would concede. You know when you're running for something, you say I concede. I would concede because I'm only looking at it at one game at a time. You guys have the ability to look into the future. I'm only focusing in on one game at a time.
That's real.
So
that's real.
I need to see next game, and then I can compare it and everything like that.
That's real.
Now, I did predict that we would go 13-4 for this year. So that means we're gonna win it all the way out. We're gonna win it all the way out. And I agree with what you guys are saying. Now, is this Super Bowl caliber defense? I'm gonna put in the questioning, maybe. If it's playoff defense, we're headed that way, yes. But we got to get there first. And we already got there. We already there in playoff because it's clinch week. I'm thinking that one game at a time. So don't crucify me, Cowboy Nation. And please don't shank me with the butter knife.
I ain't competing crap.
What? Wait, hold on, man. Wait, wait 1 minute.
I don't care. Hit the button again. I don't care. I'm saying this. Collectively as a team, this team has been playing, and from the defensive perspective, really good football. No doubt, no argument. Number one on third down. No doubt, big game, James. No argument there. But what I'm saying is in a big moment versus a top-tier team, we got to show that we can pull it through. That's what I'm waiting to see, and I'm getting off this mountain until I see it.
No doubt. No doubt.
Can I change the subject now?
Can I just read this quick super chat when y'all get finished?
Yeah, go for it.
Go ahead.
Yeah. My guy Jay Versick, man. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for your love and adulation for the channel. He says, Law, he would listen to my channel earlier, and I said that Dak Prescott is not a natural thrower of the ball. Now, that's not shade at Dak Prescott, but what I was trying to lament to everyone is that we get it. Matthew Stafford got a rocket or a cannon for an arm. He just that spectacular with his arm mechanics, right? Dak Prescott is a different caliber of quarterback. That doesn't mean that he's less. That doesn't mean that he's worse or what have you. It's just two different styles of quarterback. Brett Favre can throw a pretty ball, but Brett Favre can also throw interceptions, right? So I was just talking about it in those fashions, not that Dak Prescott can't throw.
And thank God.
I totally agree with you, Law. I totally 1,000,000,100,000,000% agree with you.
Right.
If you play football any parts of your life or watched it or whatever, been into any type, you can tell, like when you watch a Matthew Stafford, it's like when they were always saying about Deshaun Watson. Yes, because he's a natural thrower, like you can see he can naturally just wing it. Like when you watch Aaron Rodgers, dog, he can naturally just wing it, dog. Like he just has that. Dak wasn't like that. When you watch Dak, you can tell he's just not a natural thrower of the ball. So his mechanics always have to kind of be on point. If his mechanics kind of on point, that ball flutters, like you just said with Brett Favre, Law. We saw Brett Favre was a dog as far as throwing it, but when he was start getting out of his mechanics and start playing crazy, what would he do? Passes would be off, interceptions galore. That's just what would happen. And I feel like Dak just has to make sure he's always staying on his mechanics, just in my opinion. I ain't no quarterback whisperer, nothing like that. Just feels like he always got to be on his mechanics, because if he don't, I just feel like the ball is not like those other guys, if y'all understand what I'm saying.
And I think your guy said something of this. If you can go to his Twitter page, you'll pull it up, Boss Cowboy.
Who was that?
Rome said it best. You know,
let me pull him up.
If the Cowboys need to do anything, they need to pick up the phone and call John Kitna. Not having a tight end coach like Doug Nussmeier, you know, trying to coach him up.
That's
and,
real talk.
Real talk, man. Man, we almost had John Kitna on this show, man. It was literally this close.
Yeah, he was close. It was close.
Yeah, I said that. I said that earlier off air talking about Scott. I said, man, I think that Dak Prescott actually made his biggest strides underneath working with John Kitna. So I think that he's a guy that understands the game and can speak Dak's language and can really help Dak throughout some of the nuances and help him be consistent. And, you know, Dak is a fantastic quarterback, no doubt about it. But there's a difference between a natural arm talent and a guy that's a grinder. And both can be great. And Dak is great. And Dak shows you what a grinder can do. And like what a guy that works hard and disciplines himself and that gets everything out of his ability. And that's the type of quarterback that Dak is, man. No shade on him at all.
Yeah.
And I agree with
you
Law.
know what?
I agree with Law too.
Yeah.
I think that's partially what's been going on with Dak. I think Dak has been doing too much. And I think he's been doing too much because he's been treating some of these games like practice. I want to talk about that with y'all. How Mike McCarthy has a habit of treating games like practice, right? If people think I'm making that up, what happened against Carolina? What did he do? Remember, he pulled Diggs early. Y'all remember that? He pulled Randy early. He was load manage these guys, which is a practice type of move. And so the same thing with Dak. We heard the commentator say it. We was outmatching them so much, they said, well, they need to go and treat this game like practice and start working on other stuff because they got this game in hand. They said that right before Dak threw that interception. And Dak, because I feel like he was treated like, hey, we got this. He was more careless and trying to make throws outside of his normal mechanics. And that's why I think he was making some of the mistakes he was making. I want to get y'all thoughts on that.
Hey, I agree, man. The score was 27-8 at the time. And people fail to realize that the drive that the Washington did, they pulled Parsons, they pulled some of the defensive players, and we saw them getting gashed on the run again. It looked like 2020 all over. And I think that the Cowboys went back to that Denver mindset of letting off the gas. And this was the best thing that happened to the Cowboys, believe it or not, Cowboy Nation, is that near miss, that near element of surprise, because that Washington team, they got life right back in, you know, and they're looking at it like, oh, there's a chance. And then when they scored on that drive, that same series later, you know, Dak Prescott threw the pick six, and the eyeballs was open and the momentum shifted. I heard that there was Washington fans trying to get back into the stadium to see that moment. But the Cowboys did let up off the gas. And they asked Boss Cowboy, you still there?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, they asked Jerry Wayne Jones that question today on the radio. They said, do you look at this Giants game as a game where you can start resting some of your guys? And Jerry was like, nah, we're gonna make sure we bring forth our best. This is a meaningful game. We can clinch.
Right.
We don't have to rest anybody. We got to play through the echoes of the whistles.
Yeah.
Well,
and really,
I'm gonna get my two cents. Go ahead.
Just real quick, and really, to be honest, the Cowboys need to do their best to win out if we're looking at the big picture of the NFC, because that number one seed may evade them because of the 4 losses, but the 2 or 3 seed is still possible for the Cowboys. So to me, the Cowboys got a lot to play for, and to be honest, they need to go ahead and try to win out to get to the number 2 or 3 seed in the NFC. Go ahead, Big Game.
Well, I mean, this is just with me with Dak. I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like it's a variety of things. I feel like, I'm sure we're going to talk about the offensive line. I think the offensive line, the changing of the offensive line since, you know, Tyron Smith's been out, Lael Collins been in, you know, Terrence Steele's been in, Connor Williams been in, Connor McGovern. You feel me? That's a lot of influx. And I feel like there's trust. There's been trust left. I mean, I feel like Dak don't trust his line as much as he did before. And I just had some numbers. This is since he's come back from his injury, right? And I ain't dissing Dak. I love Dak, and I'm always have his back. But there's some struggles, and I think, you know, some of the play calling, and Dak is missing some of receivers. I listen to some of these quarterbacks. I listen to these trusted guys like a Kurt Warner. Like I don't feel like he's a guy that just wants to diss people. I think he gives honest, reviews. You know what I'm saying? And when that one where he watched the Saints, Dak was missing receivers. But since that game he's came back, he's completed 63% of his passes for 1,568 yards. He's got 8 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. On his passes past 20 yards in that span, he's only completing 36% of his passes 20 yards and beyond. 10 yards and 10 yards and 10 yards to 20 yards. That's where your money kind of good throws, where a lot of quarterbacks work. He's only completing 46% of his passes in that time since he's coming back. Now, team has 9 drops in that period of time, and he's been sacked 13 times. So the line has given up more sacks before he went out. He's had quite a few drops. So I think that's just been an influx. The drops, the influx of the line. I feel like there's not a trust there, and I feel like there's got to be better play calling. And I think that's what all has contributed into Dak's having these little bit of struggles, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's well said and well balanced, man. Definitely measure Kool-Aid for sure on what you just said, because what I heard in a nutshell, that is Dak, right, but having some issues. That's normal. That's the key thing. That's normal.
Right. Other quarterbacks
but it's
have
also
done this.
everybody, right? It's also
Yep.
the running game. It's also the offensive line. It's also the drops. It's also Dak. It's also Kellen Moore. So, but I'm certain all this stuff go come together. Cause see what
Me
Big
too.
said.
That's why I'm not worried.
Yeah, I'm not worried at all, bro. Like, I'm literally over here like, like,
Yeah.
I'm dead serious too. I'm not a front. This is not for television. Dude, that defense is real, which is buying us time to get that offense together. That's exactly what we want.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we
Buying
want.
time.
I want to
Buying time.
ask y'all a question too. What should the Cowboys do about my man Zeke?
Rest him.
Rest, man, rest.
I don't care.
Let me
what he
bring this
say.
up. Yeah.
Can I raise my hand
Go
on
ahead.
this right quick? Just real quick. I just said, and it was in that game against Washington, and some people went off. I had to block somebody today because he was talking crazy. I had to block somebody.
Blocker.
And it was a blocker quickly. And I ain't saying doing this all the time, but dog it. I said it during the game against Washington's 2 or 3 plays here. Throw CD in there. I mean, throw CD in there on a few plays, dog. I know he ain't big and all that, but I'm telling you, dog, he can get them yards for you. You feel me? Like, and if you put him in plays where you don't think it's coming, he can get them yards for you. Mix up that run game a little bit. I mean, the run game wasn't atrocious against Washington, was it?
No.
No,
It wasn't atrocious.
It wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't at all.
I mean, the running back, what's the guy that came over from Philly? Clement. He played better in the second half.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got it right here. Clement, he averaged 3.4 yards, and he had 44 yards.
Wow.
And Ezekiel Elliott had 45 yards, and he averaged 3.8. Both had pretty much same amount of carries. Ezekiel Elliott had 12 carries. Clement had 13 carries. We know that we need to run the ball better on the outside, but this is the thing: we look at that Denver game as a placeholder, right? As the game of where everything went from sugar to you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. And what all happened in that game, Boss Cowboy, the OC? What happened with that front five? Can you explain to me what happened? Because I got something.
Man.
Yeah, just say what happened real quickly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You talking about Washington, right?
No. I'm going all the way back to Denver.
Going all the way back to Denver. I mean, to Denver, man, we had Collins starting at right tackle, and then we had Steele, playing out of his natural position, playing left tackle. And both of those guys, they didn't have great games. And you had Steele struggle. I believe it was his first start at left tackle, or either second start.
Yep.
And
first start.
He struggled in that game, man. So that's what happened. That's the bottom line. That's what happened. The tackles didn't play well.
So what if I do this like Ripley's Believe It or Not? What if I told you that the Cowboys were ranked 4th ranked in rushing before that game. All through the season, we was averaging 140 yards per game, a little north of that. Since then, since the Denver game, heading into now, the Cowboys are ranked 21st, 22nd as it relates to rushing and running the rock. That is a drastic drop-off. Now, some people say, hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I get it. We played musical chairs with this offensive line. I'm at the point now that I'm banging on the table for Connor Williams. Put him back in at left guard so that we can at least get the penalties. I'd rather get the yards versus, you know what I'm saying, of somebody just keeping the middle and the pocket clean. At this point, can we just go back to whatever the lineup looked like before, hear me out, that Denver game, and see if we can just get a spark back to this offense? Because I believe that the offensive line is the only unit, and you know most of it, the OC, that everybody must be on the same page. All 5 of those guys got to have the same mindset. And if that's a weak point somewhere along the line, the quarterback would not feel comfortable stepping up, making his throws. The quarterback would not feel comfortable of calling certain plays. He would check out of it. Could it be, Cowboy Nation? I know Ezekiel Elliott is horrible, but could it be something just as simple as the offensive line being in shambles of all of the musical chairs?
Let me jump in, Law, because you bring up some excellent points there. Now, let me ask this question to you, Law. In your estimation, would you say that the offensive line as a whole, you know, everybody, played well versus the Atlanta Falcons? In your estimation?
Yeah, the offensive line did play well, pretty well.
Okay, so I'm gonna challenge that a little bit here, right? Because what I'm gonna say, and look, check out Boss Cowboy Sports, because I broke down the 2 left guards. I broke down the last start of Connor Williams. I broke down the last start before this past week of Connor McGovern. All right, versus. And look at the differences in the play there. And I've done more film study on this. And what I can clearly say is this, that Connor McGovern is much stronger at the point of attack than Connor, man. And I think here's a difference that we're underestimating. Here's the deal, man. We got 80%, if not more, about 80% or so. And Boss Cowboy has this stat. About 80% of our rush yards was coming off that right side. So that actually speaks to how well that Terrence Steele played the right tackle position. And even if you go back and you look at the game, remember the penalty that Lyle Collins had, and then they took him out of the game, they put Steele in the game when he had that holding penalty?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Atlanta game?
No, I'm talking about the last game against the
Redskins, where he had the holding penalty,
He had that big holding penalty. They took him out of the game. Okay, when they put Steele back at their right tackle, we started to run the ball. If you look at the time he was in the game, we started to run the ball more effectively. And I went back and looked at this film, and I can give stats later. But we began to run the ball more effectively. So I think, I'll be honest with you, man, I think that because we had so much success running behind Terrence Steele, and we have not had quite as much success running behind Lyle Collins. No shade. I'm just looking at tape. I think that's affected us along with the injury issues with Tyron Smith.
Yeah, because he'll be out this coming game, and they're gonna kick Terrence Steele back at left tackle.
See, that's what the problem is to me. I didn't mean to cut you off, Law.
No, you good.
I made that post. And I said that Cowboys were averaging 185 yards in that span with Terrence Steele, Zach Martin, Beatis, Connor Williams, and Tyron Smith. I was saying, because everybody was jumping on there, and I'm glad you said this, OC, but everybody was jumping on, the team fell off when Connor McGovern came in. But that wasn't true. The team started falling off after that Minnesota game. You know what I'm saying? When Tyron Smith went out, that's when that run game started depreciating. But to OC's point, it's the truth. On that right side, and people, I mean, I don't know. I ain't no offensive lineman dude, so I ain't fronting like I am, OC, okay? But all I know is this. Terrence Steele has more mobility than La'el Collins. That's why people wanted La'el Collins to go back to left guard. And I told y'all, I mean, I didn't tell nobody, but when I compared those numbers between Connor Williams and Connor McGovern, they're trending the same way. If they had their same exact starts, they were trending the same way. Actually, Connor Williams had more pressures, and a little 3 more pressures and 3 more hurries and 1 more sack. Then at their in that same point in time, and Connor McGovern had never played left guard. I feel like they did doing a disservice because you put Terrence Steele at left tackle, right? Right, fellas? Yep. He had never played it before. And then they're like, oh, look at Terrence Steele. See, he on that good. Man, you switching a dude from right tackle to left tackle. Like, that just is the easiest thing to do.
Hard.
So he's going to struggle.
Yeah,
just like with McGovern, I feel like they're in a tough position because I feel like they even said it themselves last year, McGovern is a better right guard. They even felt. I felt that too. You know what I'm saying? Because when you saw him play last year, he started all his games at right guard. He started his first game at left guard in the NFL against the Kansas City Chiefs against Chris Jones. You get what I'm saying? The teams that he's played against haven't been chopped liver. You went against Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne Sunday. You feel
Facts.
me? It's not like you went against bums.
See, you said that too fast, big.
No, you with fire. Can I get some fire again on that one, man?
Shit.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
Straight up fire.
We did some homework on that, too.
Tape out before the show, but big game. If you go back and look at that tape about him against 7.5 sack, Jonathan Allen, number 93 for the Skins, baller, the boy can ball. He held his own. He did a really good job against Allen, man, if you look at that tape. But go ahead, big game.
I want to say something real quick, if y'all don't mind.
Okay.
I think this offensive line has some exaggerations going on, to be all the way honest. Because if you listen very close to some of the arguments that's being made, they're saying the running game was good when Connor Williams was there, right?
Right.
Well, if that's the case, then that means the running game was also good when Steele was there.
Right, true that.
But are you hearing people make that case? No, because it's not really it's not about what's really going on. It's about people just making an opinion, more so because I think it's being said a lot, and I think it's also going on because I think some people favor Connor Williams. Just being all the way honest, because the logic should say, if the running game was working when Connor Williams was in there, which we've proved multiple times by diagrams that they was running to the right behind Steele and Zach Martin. That's what they was doing. They was running to the right behind Steele and Zach Martin. They was not getting a lot of chunk plays behind Williams. It was not happening. But now it's this new story that all of a sudden the running game's supposed to fix itself if they insert Connor Williams. Let me be all the way honest. You know what's really hurting our running game? Our guy is nicked up. It ain't about putting nobody in there, in my opinion, to fix the running game. You got to get Pollard and Zeke healthy. If you get Pollard and Zeke healthy, they can run behind Connor Williams or McGovern with them jump cuts. When the last time you even seen Zeke do one jump cut? He was doing 4 or 5 a game before he hurt that knee. Now we haven't seen it. He done put it all the way up, something that he put in his game from the offseason. So it's not about no Connor Williams. It's, in my opinion, I'm not trying to shit on anybody who got that opinion. But I think it's kind of manufactured drama, and it's not really based on what I think is going on. We got to get our guy healthy. If we can win a division, in my opinion, clinch the division against New York and sit Zeke down, we should not mind sitting him down because we sat him down when he was a rookie. The last game.
Yeah.
We sat him down in 2018. You remember that?
Yeah,
we sat him down. We said Zach Martin. We said Fredericks. We said T. Smith.
Sat everybody.
We sat everybody. So let's not act like, let's not let Zeke be the warrior so much to where he's worrying He's a warrior against what's the best interest for the Cowboys. The best interest for the Cowboys is to have him healthy. I mean, he's really the bell cow of everything. Him and Pollard, they are the bell cows. We got to admit, run the damn ball was a true campaign. It's a true campaign, and our offense was at its best when they was going 2 high safeties, and we would say, okay, y'all want to do that? Y'all want to have us with a slim box? We go run it right at you with them guys. Yeah. We can't do it no more. Yeah. We got to get them guys healthy. That's what I really think is going on.
And just to echo off of what you just said and lamented there, my only interjection was, I only said that because I wanted to get back to the graces. Y'all understood what I was saying, right? Y'all understood my logic of that, right? I didn't get a chance to dive deep into the Washington film and to look at Connor McGovern's tape. And so don't crucify me, Cowboy Nation. But I can tell you that this is a vertical stretch offense. This is not West Coast offense. Right. So when they was talking about the Washington team playing the cover 4, and then on top of that, the Saints, they ain't nobody to sneeze at as far as their defensive category. They was 2nd ranked and 3rd ranked respectfully. It was hard to manipulate that style of defense. And the Washington team, red hot, 4-game winning spree, and we came up there to Washington and we handed them that L. But I want to tell people, it's difficult when you don't have the full trust of that offensive line. Something is in the mind and the psyche of that. I believe that this team, regardless of how we look at it, this is still a run. As far as a concept, y'all hear me out. This is a run-first offense. Kellen Moore is a derivative of Scott Linehan / Jason Garrett. Just a little bit dazzle on it with some pre-snap motions and stuff like that. But this offense is still the same. There's nobody that can tell me that this offense is different from Scott Linehan or Jason Garrett. But what makes this thing go is 12 personnel. When they get out of that situation, whereas they manipulate the defense a little bit with those 2 twin safeties, those 2 twin tight ends, or when they actually put the ball in the belly of Ezekiel Elliott and he can sting you when you're in that cover 4 defense for 5 or 6 yards and get you up out of that, and now you're in a run stop defense where Dak Prescott can play action, turn his back to the defense, roll out. Oh, Gallup is wide open. Oh, CeeDee Lamb is open. Oh, excuse me, Amari Cooper is open. But we didn't get that in these last few games because there's no dictations or there's no establishment of the run.
I want to say one thing real quick because I got a somebody said that it's facts that Connor Williams is better at getting to the second level. I'm gonna be all the way honest with you. I cannot say that it's facts yet because I have not broke down the tape fully yet.
I don't want to hear nobody tell me that's facts.
Yeah, and I'm being honest, I'm being honest. I have not broke down the tape yet, and I'm almost certain nobody but the OC actually broke down the tape. Like when I say break down the tape, I want to explain what that means, because what's happening out here is you seeing people. Yeah, did you say plus or minus?
Yeah, plus
or minus. Exactly. What you got to do is you got to watch every play and you got to plus or minus each one. See, because what a lot of people doing, they doing splash cherry picking jobs. They cherry picking.
Well, they going on Twitter and they posting one picture of a person getting beat that they used to do with Connor Williams.
Right.
They used to do that with Connor Williams. Facts. Remember when everybody get Connor Williams out there, get Connor Williams out there.
One play.
They showed that one play of him getting pushed in the backfield. Yep, Connor Williams trash. See, that's the wrong thing. See, that's what they're doing with McGovern now. See, they have the agenda. They want to get rid of McGovern out there, so you just post that one play where people don't watch the whole game or watch, like y'all say, the
plus or minus.
Every single play.
Every single play.
Oh, yeah, Connor McGovern got pushed back. Yep. Yeah, it's Connor, like I said, Connor McGovern. I think Connor McGovern's a natural right guard. OC probably knows this better than me. Mm-hmm. I don't know between the right and the left is more difficult. I think tackle's more difficult, but I still feel like he's better a right guard than the left. And honestly, like I said, y'all threw him straight in the fire against dogs, animals. Y'all threw him straight in the animal fire. Y'all threw him your first start at left guard against Chris Jones.
Jesus.
Come on, dog. Like,
Dog.
come on, man. What do you think? You feel me? And he's only giving up 1 second that time. I said I still think Connor McGovern is the future, because if he wasn't, it wouldn't have. They would have traded him, right? Because there's multiple times teams poked for Connor McGovern and they said no. So obviously they feel like he's something. Everybody just wants to give up on him. I'm just like, give him a chance. But you know what? Just like you just said, boss, I just want to agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't know. You've been beating this dang thing, and it's just been in my head. I just watching it. I showed the numbers. When La'el Collins played it, his only time, I don't care if it was 5 years ago, his best season ever as an offensive lineman was at left guard. He had 22 pressures, he had 19 hurries, and he gave up no sacks the whole year. That was
at
his
left
best
guard
year at the whole time. And I'm telling y'all, I ain't no expert, but when I see that right side, and I wonder why we can run, is because Terrence Steele has more athleticism now than La'el Collins, because his hips is good. He's got more rotation. He can move better. So when they get out on pulls and traps, he can make that pull. See, where La'el Collins could probably be better because he's in space and you don't have to pull. You don't have to make them movements. He can just, boom, use that power and strength. That's why it would look like it would make more sense to put him there and have Steele on the outside, because of the athleticism that has probably left Collins because of the hip surgery. I've seen plays when he's giving up those sacks, when guys are beating him, he's just like a statue.
Well,
you know what people gonna do? They gonna pull up that Max Crosby tape.
I know.
Say, see, look at Terrence Steele. Look at Terrence Steele.
Yeah,
that
that
Max
one
Crosby
play.
tape.
That one play.
That Max Crosby play.
Max Crosby is really good though.
Run that back, Cowboy.
Oh, OC wants some film. Listen now, OC want to get to this film, boy. Y'all got the OC. OC, listen, we gonna do you justice. We gonna do you justice, OC. The OC say we got some film. It's a little bit grainy, but hey, man, we finna show it. Y'all been asking for it. We finna give you a little bit of it. Let's get it, OC.
Yoga
Get it out of that
fire.
mud.
Yoga flame.
So look, guys. So pause it, please. Pause it. Real quick, boss. Pause it. Okay, so the conception and the misconception is that Connor Williams is more athletic than Connor McGovern. And really, it's not so. And this is just a little bit of the Saints game. And if you look at Boss Cowboy Sports, I broke down the Falcons game and the Saints game. And I didn't do every play because a lot of the plays were similar. I did about 15 plays apiece, and I break down good and bad attributes. And it's good and bad with both. But what you'll see is a false narrative. Let me say this before we get into this. Connor McGovern is the guy that sprung Ezekiel Elliott on the very last play of the game, where we needed that first down versus the Saints, where Ezekiel Elliott went up the middle for 9 yards. That was Connor McGovern that sprung him. He blocked 2 guys in that play. 2 guys, okay? Also, the touchdown run by Tony Pollard, which was a toss sweep to the left, it was Connor McGovern that blocked his man 10 yards down the field, the guy that barely tripped Pollard, and then he broke for the additional 40 yards. That was Connor McGovern blocking down the field and latching onto his man and not getting off that block. We see the other game, no offense, where we saw Connor McGovern on the same, Connor Williams, on the same sweep play, his man come off of the block and make a tackle for a 3-yard gain. So there are differences in this unathletic narrative, because I've broken down the film, is absolutely not true. So let's run the tape, Boss Cowboy. All right, so you'll see this particular play, you'll see McGovern, he's going to get bull rushed, but he sits down. And that's the thing that Connor Williams is not able to do. So he's going to get
Let me run that back, OC.
Yep.
Because I saw what you're talking about.
He's going to get bull rushed on this play. But look, he's getting bull rushed. He misses with his hands, which I don't like. But he sits down right there. He sits, and Dak is not moving. He sits down right there. So he gets beat, he sits down. Great job by him to recover. He gets beat, initially bull rush, and he sits down. And that's what you don't see Connor Williams do when he gets bull rush. And I got some tape on the Falcons to actually show exactly what I mean on that. All right, but right now this is Connor McGovern. He passes off a game here. If you look at him and Batty Ass, the center, look at the left guard and the center. He passes off the game here. He slides very fluidly, and he redirects with his man and knocks him around Dak Prescott. That's showing athletic ability. He's sliding the feet left and right. Look at it one more time. Pass off, boom, and he stays with his man when his man redirects and washes him around, Dak Prescott. That's a great job by him. Let's look at this one. And so, I mean, you'll know, and this is an overload to the right. Look at the power, and then look at him come off late and finish it. Look at it again. Strong double team at the point of attack. Him and Batty Ass. Look at this. Come off late, finish the run through. That's not bad work. Now, I want him to come off a little bit earlier, ideally. Yes, I do. But the key thing on this particular play is movement. Movement. You see the movement? The guy's a yard and a half back right now.
Yep.
Moving off the football, come off late, and finish this ball on the ground. Good job, man. I ain't mad at that. That's a plus for me. If I'm the offensive line coach, that's a plus for me. So, you know, and this is just a cut up of just some of the film that's on Boss Cowboys Sports talking about Connor McGovern. And then the film dropped tonight about Connor Williams versus the Saints. So you guys can go over there and take a look at that on Boss Cowboys Sports. But I'm just showing a little bit of film here to show you guys some things so you guys can see, you know, is the narrative true? Is it false? I don't know. Here's the film. You guys decide and say what you think about this as we roll on this particular play. And I'll let it run because my timing is a little bit off. Okay, here we go. All right. Look at Connor off on the second level. There he is. So that's him going off on the second level, which is a zone read. It's a zone read to the right. The defensive end stays right there, number 53. So Dak Prescott hands the ball to Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott can go out the front side to the right or the back side to the left. He cuts backside to the left. But if you look at the play again, you'll see Connor McGovern take the zone set. Look at this, and he covers up 53, right in the A gap opposite of him. So that's quick lateral movement to get to the cutoff. So,
that's an ad. I'm sorry about that, y'all.
It's all good. So there you go, guys. That's a couple plays just showing Connor McGovern right there. So this we talking about.
Yeah, and it's more than a couple plays. It's over 15 plays. Really, when we doing a full analysis and we doing it properly, it's supposed to be every play. You grade every play, plus, minus, and then you give an overall assessment of the whole game. Listen, nobody's doing that. I ain't trying to get no Marcus Crosby clip where Steele basically tripped over Zach Martin. People ain't look at that part. They just, oh, look at that. Oh, but see, nobody want to talk about like the whole game, and nobody want to talk about the amount of massive pancakes that Steele got on the right side. Like, nobody talking about that. So anyway, like, that's why I did a breakdown as well, and it's doing pretty good on Boss Cowboy Sports, where I said don't trust the media. I did a whole breakdown on don't trust the media. Don't trust even what you're hearing a lot. Don't trust it. Just verify everything. Just verify everything, and you'll never be deceived, or you won't be the type of person that's saying what you have not researched. I'm being honest. I have not fully broke down McGovern yet, but when I do, and whatever I see, I'm gonna say it. When I fully break down Connor Williams, whatever I see, I'm gonna say it. But I'm like my boy Law say, I'm not gonna fake and kick it like I've broken down like at least two or three of his games. I have not. And when I do, I would tell you, and I would show you by the film.
No doubt. Let me ask y'all two this then, or all three of y'all. So what is the issue? Is it mostly the running back being hobbled, or is the play caller? Why are we not in fourth rank in rushing anymore? Why are we ranked 21st and 22nd respectively in rushing?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you some things that I saw while watching film, okay? And I have broken down Connor Williams and Connor McGovern. I did not post, all of those games on Boss Cowboy Sports. I just took similar plays and from a couple games and I put them in there. So that's how I did it, just to make it concise, because people don't watch an hour-long YouTube video most times. So anyway, So this is what I think. It is play calling to a degree. It is also in some of these games, like i.e. the Kansas City game, we just got beat physically. We were on the right people. We got beat physically, okay? Like Jones, he took turns beating everybody, man. And he did a fantastic job, okay? Number three is this. It's the ability of our back to athletically make the cut. So like when we hand off to Ezekiel Elliott, he can't make the cut back because of the knee, man. That's why you see him slamming the ball front side. Yep. So when we run those zone plays, you can do three things as a running back. You can bounce it, you can bend it, or you can bank it. Bounce, bend, or bank. And I talk about that on the video. So you can bounce it outside, you can bang it up to the front side gap, or you can cut it back if the defense is over pursuing. What Ezekiel Elliott is doing is he's banging the ball every time and just playing with strength and not athleticism. And that's a part of the problem too, man, because he's not able, because of that knee, to actually make the backside cut and actually get out of the gate.
Get out of the gate.
And Law, I think it's a combination of everything. I think it's play calling. I think the offensive line, I think it got Dak's clock off a little bit. I think he's a little bit out of rhythm. Talking about Dak, I think the receivers and Dak are on two different pages at times. I think I already said play calling, and then definitely the running backs banged up. Like I think it's a combination of everything, and that's why I'm making a video tomorrow. And it's basically Zeke needs to sit down. Once we clinch the division officially. And this is my message to Zeke. Everybody else got in line for what was the best for the Cowboys. Randy Gregory did not want to go on IR. Law did a breakdown on that. He did not want to go on IR. But they load managed him and put him on IR, and we see the benefit of that now. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Tristan Hill could have came back earlier, but what did they do? They load managed him. My boy Big Game James been begging for Tristan Hill for the longest. He been, where's Tristan Hill? Where's Tristan Hill? And they kept him on the shelf. They load managed him. Same thing with Neville Gallimore.
Yeah, 4 to 6 weeks supposed to be his injury time.
Right, right. So all these guys who love football was put on the shelf, but we see the benefit of it. All you got to do is go turn on Law Tape. Law Tape, amazing. Go to Law Nation channel and go watch that all 22 breakdown of watching Neville Gallimore get after it. But that's because he was managed well. Well, even Dak himself, he wanted to play Minnesota game. He did a workout like, please let me play. If I can play, please let me play. What did they say? We go load manage you. Sit down. Cooper Rush, let's go. Zeke can't do that? Nah. For the best interest for the team, because this is the deal, and I'm gonna say this and I'm done. I know I've been long-winded. Cause see, I think Zeke feeling the pressure. But this is the issue. Zeke, they don't care about if you're a warrior. Yeah, Dez was a warrior in 2015. Broke his ankle, came back early from surgery and played. Did they say, hey man, we appreciate you coming back? Hell no. What did they do? They called him a decline from coming back from surgery. So they not gonna care about you anyway, Zeke. The best thing to do is be healthy when you play. Because they don't care about Warriors here in Dallas. We are cutthroat. We will cut your throat as you are being brave for this team. People right now are calling Dak Jalen Smith knee. Our own media are saying that insulting bullshit about our quarterback. That's sick, man. And that's messed up. So that show you they don't care about you.
Get it off your chest, boss. Get it off your chest,
They do that in every organization. You know that, boss.
Yeah.
You know that, boss. You know that in every organization, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to use you until they can't use you no more. They're going to get rid of you. That's everybody. They're going to do that to you. But just like you said, man, they do need to rest Ezekiel Elliott. And just like OC and you said, you saw those videos of him working out. The jump cuts. That was the biggest thing that we saw, right, of Ezekiel.
Yep, them jump
everybody
cuts.
was saying, man, Ezekiel, he just runs straight. He ain't the same. But that you saw the jump cuts, and you were seeing those jump cuts in those first 5-6 weeks, right?
Yep.
That was one of the biggest things you were seeing. He was jump cutting everything, cutting
Killing.
back, and hitting that hole hard.
Hard.
You feel me? Pollard was really bouncing off of that. When you got 2 injured running backs, dog, it's going to change how you kind of do your play calling. It's going to change how you manage the game. And then, like y'all said, the offensive line is in flux. I feel like Dak don't trust that offensive line because when I watched him in that Washington game, he was checking down hell of a time. It was like 1, 2, 3, check down. It was like he wasn't even trying to look downfield. He was just already getting rid of it because I feel like he was not patient enough with that offensive line. Maybe feeling things. You get what I'm saying?
Totally.
Tyron Smith went out. Lael Collins went out. You get what I'm saying? So he's probably like, okay, I got both my guys just went out. You know what I mean? This is a human. I'm a quarterback. I ain't going to get killed. I'm going to drop the ball down. So I think all of those things have an effect. And I also think has an effect, and I'm not saying he's a great addition, but losing Blake Jarwin for pretty much the year, I think has affected because that 12 personnel we were running was smooth with Blake Jarwin and Dalton Schultz. It was smooth. When we had that winning streak, them two were eating. It was great. That was that winning streak right there too. We lost Blake Jarwin for the year. I like that kid from McKinney, but he's young. I feel like it fell off. And also Dalton Schultz has fell off in his blocking. That has also contributed to what's going on in the offensive line because he has definitely missed up. He's definitely missed plenty of blocks when he is needed to make them. You get what I'm saying?
Totally.
Receivers are running the wrong routes. They're coming too far in. They're running into each other. So it's a combination of everything. It's not just a Dak Prescott. It's everything with that offense. The whole offense need to get together and figure it out. You get what I'm saying? It ain't no one person need to figure it out. The whole offense need to get together, sit down in a meeting, and we need to figure it out. That's all that needs to happen. But like you said, boss, I feel good because now we got a defense. So when you got a defense, it's going to give that offense time to figure it out. What would be happening if we started struggling? We didn't have no defense. We'd be feeling real bad right now because we like, oh, damn, what we going to do now? But now it's like, okay, we can be patient. It's okay because we got a defense that can hold it down, let this offense get in its groove back again.
All right, final words.
More games, baby.
Final words. Final words. And listen, hey man, first of all, man, y'all give the final word a shout out, man, for real.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
Yeah, man, y'all put them flames up.
Bunch of fire. Get them flames in the building and everybody's
Get the flames
page.
up, man. Y'all throw the flames
Yoga
up, man.
fire.
Flames in the chat, baby.
Yeah, let's get them flames going, man, because my boys brought it. I kick it off. I feel very confident about the Dallas Cowboys. I do. It's going to be a dogfight. The playoffs are not going to be easy, but these guys are special. I'm seeing a special with the return of the guys on defense. I'm seeing something very special because I was already excited to see Tank play with Randy and playing with Micah. I was so excited to see it. I'm going to tell you right now, it came out better than I expected.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
It came out better than I expected because keep this in mind. This is only Tank's second game. This is Tristan Hill's second game. This is Neville Gallimore's debut. What happens during the season is you usually get better. These guys ain't even used to playing together, and Law showed you on his tape it was terrorism.
Yeah.
It was terrorism. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yoga fire. Yoga
Flame.
flame.
I'm so excited, man. I'm going to throw them flames up, man, because it's a whole
Yoga fire.
fire going on right now with these Dallas Cowboys. I see y'all in the chat. I love
Yoga
it.
fire.
Throw it up.
Yoga
Throw it up.
flame.
Throw it up, man, because we get ready to go off. That's my final word. Y'all get ready to see a show on D, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
so,
I'm going to go. Oh, go ahead, OC.
Oh no, all good, man. So look, real quick, my final word is this, man. The Cowboys are in prime position, man, obviously to win the NFC East, but also to improve their standings in the NFC as a total, man. What I like to see the Dallas Cowboys do is go up to New York and beat the New York Giants like they stole something. They're a bad team. They're about ready to quit. So let's go ahead and encourage them and help them do what they already want to do, which is go ahead and quit and pack it in. That's what the Cowboys need to go up there and do. This is the perfect game for the Dallas Cowboys to get back on track offensively. Let's open up the playbook. Let's go ahead, throw the ball down the field. Let's try to run it down their throat, and let's get out of here with a key and very, very momentum-building W as we get ready to play Arizona in a couple weeks. That's my final word.
Perfect.
That boy Law hit him with that fatality. Oh,
Yeah.
I heard the fatality come from my boy. Oh, Lord.
Ooh, I love that. And shout out to my dog Justin D for the $20 holler. He said it was a great show, fellas. So shout out to that.
Fire.
I'm gonna go ahead and give my final word on this, and my final word is this: before they played the Washington football team, my most hated team, my most hated rival, I hate them. I can't stand them since Joe Theismann and John Riggins. I was watching them then with Art Monk and Gary Clark and Clint Didier and all those guys. See, I was watching them then, so I hate Washington. I can't stand them. So I said, hey, Cowboys defense is going to win this game right here. Cowboys defense is going to win this game. I'm going to go ahead and say Cowboys give 3 sacks, 2 turnovers. Cowboys win 24-13. Defense, right? What the Cowboys do? They came in with 4 turnovers and 5 sacks, you feel me? And utterly demolished the team, you feel me? So that's what I feel good about. You know what? And I can't bounce off it one more time. It's okay. It's okay. Aaron Rodgers said, RELAX. I'm going to go ahead and relax on this offense because we got a defense. And guess what? When I see Gallimore and them guys, I see the excitement. I see the excitement the way he was playing. I seen that excitement. And you know why? Because he knows I'm playing with a great defense. I looked at his Twitter. Malik Hooker said, dog, we got a defensive line, y'all. So what is that saying? Your own players are tweeting out. You see that D-line?
Yes, I saw
so
that
they
big.
even know. Yeah, so they even know it. The secondary and everybody else is like, yo, this is real. So I am feeling great because once again, the Cowboys have a defense. Cowboys always done had offense, dog. We done had offense since the Cows come home. We done had offense. But when the Cowboys have won Super Bowl, when the Cowboys have won Super Bowl,
I love it. Wait.
when they had defense.
Fatality.
Clear off you.
Yoga fire.
That's my final word.
Yoga flame.
God dang low. Ooh, let's get it. Oh, hold on. Hey.
War time, baby. War time, baby.
Ooh.
It is war time for your mind. Oh, I'm telling you guys right now. It's war time, baby.
Finish him.
It's war time. War.
War.
What are you coming for, Law? I'm looking for war. What if I told you, Cowboy Nation, that this team, we got 4 more games, and our defense is humming right now. 2 back-to-back defensive games that showed up. And now we finna play against the Giants, who is hobbled in a sense, but I liken this to what I seen earlier this week. I was watching Big Game James, the OC, Boss Cowboy. I was watching the National Geographic Channel, and they were showing the wildlife. And there was this lioness out there roaming, Serengeti. And the female lions do all of the hunting, but they wait until the male lion come in to make the final bite. And on this final stretch, we got a male lion that's ready to eat. He's the lion. that come out there and make sure he get the final bite, Cowboy Nation. And we've been waiting for this time. And I come here to tell you guys, Cowboy Nation, that line is named Micah Parsons. They trying to figure out ways not to give this kid Defensive Player of the Year, plus Defensive Rookie of the Year. They trying to figure it out, but this kid is just next level because I'm telling you, he finna come through and he finna face the Giants. And last but not least, this team, as it relates to the offense, like the OC, he took the words out of my mouth. He said that I want the offense to get this game together. Well, lo and behold, why not the team that took Dakota Prescott out of the game last year? Why not this thing? We can revert and retwist everything. Let me rewind.
Yes.
We can go back to what happened before the Giants game, and Dak Prescott can bring forth all what we seen of MVP elite Dakota Prescott come this weekend against those Giants. Hey, when I talked about that National Geographic Animal Planet show, whatever it was, the lion, when they saw that gazelle being maimed, they didn't take no mercy on it. They showed no mercy, baby. And that's what I want this Dallas Cowboys team to do. Show no mercy because
This is Sparta!
I'm pressing all my buttons right now because that is what's going to happen, baby. Where my line at? Where my line? Where my line? Where my line at? Where my line? Come on, line. Come on out. Come on out. There you go. Let's fight, baby. Let's go get it. Cowboys victorious this weekend. We clinch it this week. Let's go.
3, 2, 1, drop it.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
Drop it hard.
Let's go.
It's time to do.
All right, man. So y'all already know. Yeah, man. That was the final word, man. Y'all get on out of here with them flames.
Yoga flame.
Let's get them flames going as we hit them likes, hit them subscribes, man.
Yeah.
This is fire, man. My boy say Law is the GOAT, man. Law is a nut with it, man. Law is just that's a gift my boy got, man. That boy say Law is the big game. James in the building, love it. Yes, indeed. The OC, the Law, the boss, all of us, man. Let's get it.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
Yes, indeed, man. That was the final word, man. We only drink and only sip the best on this show. We only mess with perfectly measured Kool-Aid, man. Come on now. Come on.
Yoga fire.
Let's get it. Come on.
Flame.
Yes, it's
Yoga
new
fire.
now. We lighten it up now. It's all about that